In this video, we're going to take a look at the Abbott Angerer website, and we'll show you how to log in and how to make adjustments and edits on the site. So to start, you'll add /wp-admin to the login to log in. So add that to the end of the URL. You'll put in your username and password here, and then you'll be logged into the site. Once you get here, the main things to pay attention to will be in this black dashboard column. So I'm going to keep another tab open where we can view the front page so we can see what's going on here. And then we're just going to walk through everything in this dashboard that's in use that you need to know about. So we'll start at the top and work our way down. Under updates, there are plugin updates and WordPress theme updates here. Occasionally these need to be updated. We actually take care of this for you, take care of this for all of our clients, so you never have to pay attention to it if you don't want to. But you can update all plugins here from time to time if you'd like. Under posts, this is where any blog posts would be housed. So if you ever wanted to start a blog, just let us know. We can help you get that set up, but it's not in use at this time. So we'll go to media. This is the media library. This is where any sort of image or PDF, if you had any on the site, would be uploaded. So you can view them in a list, you can view them in a grid format, and each media item can be selected. You can edit the image. You can get the unique URL for the image file. You can delete images from here. You can add images from here by clicking add new. It's going to give you a place where you can select or drag and drop. And then anytime you need to add media, there'll be a space to do that within the page that you're working on. But this is where the media library is located. Then under forms, you have 2 forms in use right now, and so we'll show you how to edit and adjust those. In the Talk to Us form, you'll click on that. If you ever want to edit the fields here, this is where that would happen. So you would take any of the fields over here and you can drag them wherever you would like them to go within the form if you want to add any new fields. It's set up in a way that's pretty standard, so I doubt that you'll ever want to do that, but you can add the fields through here. You can select the field and edit them through here. You can also view all the entries for your form through here as well. So I can view any and all the entries here, and in case you aren't sure if you got them or anything like that. Going back to the actual form editor, you can any edits that you make, you'll just want to make sure you click save, just so that those edits stick. You can also preview your form here, and it'll show you what your form would look like on the front end, but it obviously doesn't show the formatting or the styling from the site, but this is just a good tool to use if you ever want to. And then to update settings, that would be through settings here, or you can get to it through here. So settings, and you can click on the settings page, and you can also hover over it and it will take you to the confirmations and notifications. And these are the 2 things that are most important. So under the notifications, that's where the email is housed for the person who's receiving the notifications. So you can see that it has a label and then it has a send to email. And in this send to email, you can separate with a comma and add an additional email if you'd like. And then the from email just always needs to come from your URL. Otherwise, that doesn't totally matter. And then under confirmations, that's going to be just what you want the form to say when it is submitted. So then under job applications, same idea. You can add fields over here. You can click on the field and edit the way that it appears. If I want to add a field, I just drag it wherever I'd like it to go. And then once it's there, I can select it and change the label if I'd like. Again, you can view the entries here. And you can also go to form settings and click notifications. And I believe we added a second notification here, and you can see that here as well. And that's located here. Then the other thing you can do is always create a new form. So if I click new form, it's going to take me to give it a title and a description. And then once I do that, it's going to take you to an editing page that's going to look a lot like this one. So you'll just do the exact same thing that I've shown you here. Drag files over, click save. So from beginning to end, you would click New Form, add your fields, click Save, make sure you go to Settings and change out the notifications. And then you can either click Embed here to get the embed code, or there is a button to do that within the page. And so that's how you would edit anything within the forms. We'll move to Pages next. And so this is going to house all the pages, including the front page, which is the home page. So let's just go ahead and start with the home page. And we'll see all the different parts of the home page and how to edit them. Starting at the very top, you have the header and menu and logo. This is actually edited elsewhere. So the first thing that's going to appear on the home page is just this revolution slider, which is going to appear through this short code. And so what I like to say is when there's short code here, that usually means there is some sort of other plugin at play. And so this will be edited through slider revolution, which is down here. We'll keep scrolling on down, helping businesses and individuals succeed with the Contact Us button that's hyperlinked to your contact page. If you click on this tab here, you can see the background image, and then you can see the color overlay is right here. And so that's how you're getting this sort of fun background here. And if you ever want to use this color code, you can just copy and paste it from here into another page section. So each page section is collapsible or decollapsible, so I'm going to just keep moving and move to the next page section. So you've got tax prep, accounting and bookkeeping, payroll processing. So this is set up to be in 1/3 sections here on the page. If you want to edit any of this copy, this is where you would edit it. Functions like a basic word processor, you can copy and paste content in here. You can change out this image by clicking Add Media, changing the image out to a different icon. And then if you ever want to add additional pieces, we might have to help you with the styling to make sure that this can sit in 4 columns instead of 3. So if you ever want to add a 4th one, let us know and we can help with that. For the next section, you just have this copy here, which can be edited again, just normally through copying and pasting, bold, italicized, bullet, number, justify, align left, right, or center, all those types of things. You can change the size of the text. Any of that can be done right here. And then on the background, you've got this image that can be replaced or removed. And then you've got that color overlay again, which is the same one right here. Then in the next section, you have the staff, which is again added through this short code, which means that we're actually going to edit it through the staff button over here. So I just want to go through, then the talk to us is on the bottom of every page, as well as this information here is on the bottom of every page. So that's going to be edited elsewhere. So I'm just going to walk you through how to add an additional page section. Click Add Page Section. And then add whatever content you want. I'm going to center it. I'm going to make it large. And then I'd like to add a background image. So I'm going to go in here. And then I want to use the same color from above. So I'm going to come in here, copy this, paste it. And then I want to make sure that this... So I've only got part of my toolbar, so I need to click toggle toolbar and then go to formats, white text. I want to make sure this is white text, and then I'm going to click update. And let's refresh the homepage and see if it appears. There we go. So if I want to change out any of the things I just did, scroll all the way to the bottom. I can make it smaller, I can align it to the left, I can center it, I can change the background image and add a different image. So I can click Add Image and upload a new file here. I can change this color by dragging and rearranging the color. I can change the opacity of the color, or if I just decide I don't want this page section at all, I can remove the row. And then I'll click Update, and we should be back to normal on the home page. So that's how you would add a page section on the home page. Let's make sure that that went through so that we don't end up with anything funky on your homepage. My computer is kind of going slow today, so. Okay. All right, so let's move to an additional page under our team, which is where I just was. Oh, it's hard to get to. I will take a look at that after we get off of here, and we'll see if we can get that fixed for you. Okay, so we'll go back to the Our Team page. So each one of these staff items within your Our Team page is actually going to be edited through staff over here. So we'll come to that in just a moment. The services page, each of these are also edited through the services pod item here. Careers, I believe, just has your form on it. Contact Us takes us to the form at the bottom of the page. Secure Upload is an external link. And then I just want to make sure I haven't missed anything else. So let's take a look at the About Us and the staff pages just to show you. So on About Us, you can see the About Our Firm copy is located here, and then the Our Mission copy is located here. So these two sections are 50% width, and so you can see that width of page section right here. And then in the background, they each have this different kind of off blue, teal, gray color. And so if you wanted to add additional sections, you would do it just like I showed you on the last section. Add page section. It's going to standardly be at 100%. But if you want to add 2 more 50% sections, then you would just change that to 50. And those will take up half the width of the page. And then you would, again, be able to grab that color code from the background tab here and add it elsewhere. So again, you can just edit this copy if you don't want to add any additional sections. But if I wanted to add an additional section, I would click Add Section, paste my content here. In the background, I can add the color code from above, or I can drag and rearrange and make it whatever color I would like. And then you'll just want to make sure that you change the width of the section to 50%. And then when you go to add an additional page section, make sure that one's 50% as well. And then add your copy here and change your background color here. But we don't want to do that right now, but now you know how to do that. And if you just only ever want to make edits to the copy that's there, then you can just make whatever edits you want, and be sure to click Update. I don't want to save my changes because I didn't actually save them, I don't think. So then let's go to Services. That's the other page I wanted to look at. On the Services page, you have two 50% sections again. With this intro copy, another 50% section with this bulleted list of the different sections. And then each service is added through this pod, as you can see through the short code. So if I am to add a new service over here, you would just come to your bulleted list and then type your title, and then it'll have we'll add a slug for it, and then that's how we'll add it through the hyperlink here. And it'll be with the hashtag symbol, and typically the slug will just be with one dash in between each word. Apply that, and that'll work. And then you'll just click Update over here. Let's go to the Careers page just to show you that one as well. And on this page, we just have some intro information and then the form. So here's your intro information. Again, you can change that just how you would. You can copy and paste it from elsewhere or just edit it right through here. The way that this form was added is by clicking Add Form, select a form. You can display the title and form description if you want, but you don't have to. And then click insert form, and it's going to bring the form shortcode here on its own. So you don't have to copy and paste it if you don't want. If I want to add media, if I want to add some sort of image file, I can add that here. I can click on it and then center it. I can click this pencil and edit how large the media file appears and click update, or I can get rid of it. Another thing I wanted to make sure I showed you how to do was to add a button. So I already showed how to hyperlink an item, so insert the link here. But if you want to make something a button, again, we've only got part of the menu here, so I need to toggle the toolbar, formats, and button, and now you've got a button. And so that'll appear the same way that this type of button appears. But obviously we don't want to add that, so we'll go ahead and get rid of it and not save our changes. So that's most of the items with pages. If you run into an issue and aren't sure how to update it, please feel free to reach out, but that should carry you through most everything. I don't think we have nothing to comment on the site, so there's no comments, there's no galleries. If you ever added a media gallery, this is where this would go. Under services, this is the pod that is filling your services page here. These items here. So, pretty self-explanatory. You can edit them by clicking on them. You can change the title if you want. You can change the copy that is associated with it here. And then that should be it. So then the slug is what is located here. So once it's created, it's just going to have the title with a dash in between each, and that's each word, and that's going to be what appears. That's how you link to the services page. So how I showed you the bulleted list that has the hashtag with this after it, and that's how you're going to get to the slug. Let me just go here. So you can see it takes you to the section that way. So that's how you would add it here, by typing it, adding hashtag your permalink, the back half of this permalink here. And that can be edited if you like. And if you want to add a new service, it's going to auto-populate on that page. So you would just click add new. Click your information, click publish, and it's just going to appear on this page, and there's not going to be anything that we have to do. So obviously we don't want that, but while we're here, let's also talk about how we reorder it. So it can be reordered by dragging it in the correct order and clicking update, but we don't want it at all, so we're going to delete it. Okay, so moving on to staff, same idea. Each staff person is going to be edited by clicking into their specific item. Their title is going to be edited here. Their copy about who they are and their email, all of that is going to be edited here. Their email can also be added here, and then their staff image is going to be added over here where the featured image is. So you'll just, if you want to edit it, you can click in featured image, upload your file, set featured image, or if you want to add a new person, you click add new. Again, pretty intuitive, add their name, add their information, set featured image, upload the image, add the email. And I don't think we're using this staff image button. It looks like it's being used over here. So then also under all staff, you can reorder by going to reorder here, or it looks like you can also drag just the individual item here. If I want to delete an item, I can just click trash here. I can click quick edit and make it just a draft like I've done with these, or sometimes just in case you ever want to bring them back, we do that. So that's everything for staff members. So I'm not going to add a fake one because I think the idea is there. I think you've got that. So we'll move to table press. This is just a helpful way to be able to add tables to your site. I don't know where this is located if you're using this. Let me see. Services, because that's all just the services on the services page, about us, our story, and mission. I'm thinking you're not actually using these tables, but maybe you are. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure where the tables are in use. Let me see. 2019. Looks like they haven't been in use in a while. Basically, this is just an easy way if you ever do want to put something that's in a table format in a way that looks pleasant and aesthetically pleasing. You can utilize this. It looks like you're not really using it, so if you can import a table directly from a spreadsheet. So again, pretty intuitive. That's what this is used for, but it looks like it's not in use right now. So we'll just kind of skip over that. WP Bruiser, this is a kind of like a firewall that we have on your site. So that's just in place to keep from any sort of malware or hacking. So that's just in place. Nothing you need to do there. Genesis is your theme. Under appearance, we have two items we want to look at, which are widgets and menus. Widgets are going to house the header and footer content for your site, and then menus will house this menu up here at the top. So on the header, we have the logo. So if this ever changes, this can be changed out by clicking choose image and uploading your files here. And the menu is actually not edited through here. It's edited over here. And then in the footer, we have footer 1, which has our visual editor, which has just our gravity form. So this is the footer here. So if you ever change out the form, you would change that there. But again, you would have to change that through forms above up here, not within here. You would just change out the shortcode if you changed the form. Footer 2, looks like we have our 3 columns. So under About Us, here's your info. This can be edited the same way that we've edited anything with copy, and you would just click Save if you make any changes. The next section has your location address, and you can change out the hyperlink, which takes you to a Google Maps link. Then we've got a telephone number, which is hyperlinked, email, and fax. So if any of that changes, you would just change it out and click Save. And then on the third visual editor item, you've got your business hours and a Facebook link. And so that would, again, if you wanted to change anything there, you would just click Save when you're done. And it looks like there's also this section up here at the very tippy top, which would be your, let's close these all up. That would be under before header, which is right here. And if you need to change out any of the information here, that can be changed here as well. If you want to add information, that can be added here. And again, just click Save when you're done. Then under menus, this is where we're going to have the main menu housed. So let's say you want to create a new page. So if I go to Pages, Add New, I'll click Add Element, Page Group, and then I'll click Add Page Section, and there's where I add my information. And here is the copy. This is the permalink, and once I click Publish, this page is just going to show up under menus. So once I click Create My New Page, we can do it just for the sake of this experiment. Then I'll refresh this page. Here's my new page. It shows up under most recent. I'll click Add to Menu. It's going to appear at the bottom, and then I can just drag it wherever I would like it to go. It can become a sub-menu item of someplace else, or it can become its own menu item. I can also change the label if I'd like to read something else. And I can also remove it, which is ultimately what we want to do. And then anytime you make changes, you'll just click Save Menu. So I want to go ahead and delete this page because we don't want to keep it. So that's menus. Under plugins, this is where you can add any sort of new plugin if you want to do something new on the site. Under users, this is where you can add new users. You can also update your password if you want to change it to be something else. The rest of these things are not things that you have to edit. The final thing that we want to look at is slider revolution, and this is one of the first things you see on the site, and one of the first things that we talked about, which is this slider here on the home page. So we'll show you how to edit this basically, and then that's pretty much it for the site. So you've got two sliders here. This gallery slider is not in use, so you'll just go to this home slider, click the pencil, so there's a few different elements at play. Down here you can see all the different elements on this slide, and up here under slides you can see each slide that exists on the site. So I can select each item of text, and I can edit it over here if I want to edit the copy. The save button's down here if I edit anything. The background is going to be that image of the woman with the computer, and I can go to slide options up here, click background, and change out the files through the media library. I can select anything I want from here. A wide oriented photo with a high resolution is going to be the best option. You can, of course, change the font, the size of the text, the color of the text, anything like that. And then there's this shape here that is a color overlay that has this gradient effect, which you can remove if you want, or you can leave as is. Then the button here is linking through actions, simple link, it's linking to, looks like the About Us page. And that can be changed through actions. And there's actually no save button on this page. You would just paste the link and then click X, which is kind of counterintuitive, and then just select save. On the next slide, you have the professional services, same idea. I can click on anything here. If I double click it, it'll take me to the text editor. I can go through this different style, change the color, the size, anything like that. I can change out the background to a different image. I can change out, again, that shape, which has this color overlay, or I can keep it the same. And yeah, same with this slide. And this slide just happens to have this picture. And again, if I double click it, it'll let me add a new image here. So if I wanted to add a new slide, something you can do is always duplicate the slide. So this button here duplicates the slide. And then I can kind of play around with it, and I don't have to worry about creating anything from scratch. So let's say I duplicate this slide, and then what I can do is, it's taking a minute here. I can click this eyeball button, which makes it hidden, and then I can start just kind of playing around, and you can kind of start learning how things work. If I decide I don't want this slide, I can delete it. I can drag it and rearrange the order. And then, like I said, I would just ultimately delete it. But that shows you how to duplicate a slide, and then you can just start kind of playing around with what's there without worrying about how it looks. So, and you get the same formatting, the same overlay button, all that kind of stuff. So when I'm working on sites, use this duplicate function often. Again, you'll click save, and you'll just want to make sure that at each different screen size, since your site is responsive for mobile and tablets, that it looks good, it fits in the right space, nothing looks off. And so for each slide, you'll just want to make sure you go through at each screen size and do that and click save. And I'm not going to save any of my changes because I don't want to save them. And then if you just look through, it looks like we've got through most everything. And so that's pretty much how you update the site. If you run into more questions and aren't sure how to do something, or need help or whatever, please reach out. We're happy to help. But this video should get you going and help you make the most necessary and basic changes that you'll have kind of on an ongoing basis. But again, please reach out at any time if we can help any further.